Okay, hello all. Welcome to I Love Ruby. So till last class we saw about if then, oh sorry, if, and all those stuff. So today we'll be looking at something called unless. Okay, so what is unless? Okay, so okay, right. So okay, so let us try this small bit of program over here, right? So unless can be taught as something, what to say, uh, the negative or the opposite of if. Let me just show you a very simple example. So take speed, right? Okay, right. So let us put like okay, E is equal to print something. Let me make this as Ruby. Where is Ruby? Yes, prints print. Okay, let us just keep it as print. Okay, so if okay, like a double equal to print, put as hello world, right? So that's the thing. So okay, if a is print, it'll print hello world. Okay, so and so that's the thing, and let's save it. Okay, let me just save it as if unless.rb, right? Okay, so now I've just put like a is print, and okay, so if a double equal to print, just print hello world row. So let me just execute it. If unless.rb, so it prints hello world. Okay, so now what will happen if I make this? Okay, let me just comment it out so that like it might be useful in future. So if I put okay, like let me put like unless. Now what will happen? Unless is exactly opposite of if. If prints it, unless won't what to say, won't print it. Okay, so okay, for if okay, this body will execute. That is this what to say, conditions body will execute only if this is true. Unless will execute only if this is false. Okay, so if I put like okay, do not print. Okay, so and let me just to differentiate it in unless. Okay, so now if I execute it, yeah, in unless. Okay, so or yeah, so that's how it is. So if anything is false, unless the block inside unless gets executed, right? So that's the thing, right? So it can be taught as exactly opposite of if. So if the condition is true, do this. Okay, unless the condition is true, do this. Okay, so that's how it should be remembered. Okay, so that's the difference between if and unless primarily. Okay, so yeah, let's look at few examples in my book. Okay, so okay, so right. Okay, so okay, fine. Start RB. Okay, let me save it. Okay. So, right. Okay. So, let me execute it. Okay, like let me put my age as 17, right? I'm a minor. Okay, let me execute it again, right? Let me put it as 21. Okay, it does nothing. So let's go to the example and see what it is. Okay, so first it asks for enter your age, and here you get age, and rather than giving chop, because chop is for string, like what to say, it chops the enter at the end. Okay, so but over here, since this is actually will convert the string to integer. Okay, let me just put it and show IRB. Okay, so look, I have something called phi. Okay, and okay, so let me. Okay, this phi is nothing but a string. If I just put class, it's a string. But what if I put like phi dot 2i? Okay, that is two integer, right? So that's a short form 2i. But don't ask me if there is something called two integer. I am not sure. Ah, yeah, it's not there, right? Okay, so right, so okay, so okay. So now what if I do like phi dot 2i dot class? Okay. So this converts it to a integer. So while you're entering that value, it will be like phi slash n. That is, the enter will also go inside. Okay. And even if I put this 2i over here, it'll it'll be it'll get converted to phi. So that's what just happens over here. So even though whatever you put gets a string, this 2i will chop off the enter and it'll convert it into an integer, and that's what gets stored in this age. Okay, so and now what I'm just doing is I'm not even using putS. Like this p is like something like inspect command or something like that. Look, if I put putS, wait, I'll just show you. Okay, so like if I put now what to say, like p, you're getting with quotes, so it is just putting all the stuff that's just there. Okay, so right, and but if I put s, what it'll do is it'll remove the quotes and it'll kind of pretty print it or something like that. So okay, let me put it as 17. Look, the quotes are not there, so it looks much more prettier a little bit. Okay, so that's the thing. And so how to make this bigger? Okay, okay, yeah, fine. So that's how this thing works. So if you don't want codes and all those stuff, if you want it to be printed with, put s. Okay, so that's the thing. But now we are just learning Ruby, so it doesn't matter. We aren't writing programs for somebody and all those stuff, right? So somebody's so great who'll spot mistakes if you do and all those stuff. Okay. So you had if else, and similarly. You have a thing called unless else. Okay, so let's what to say, execute this program. Like, okay, let me save it. Unless underscore one dot. Okay, so usually, look, even if you put the program name at the top, like over here as a comment, it's better to give proper spaces and all those stuff. Okay, so like this one, so it'll look good. Okay, so that's how it is, right? And even if there is else, it's better to put something like this over here, right? So make this, okay, make it look good. Okay, so yeah, this taking okay, doing the video lessons is also giving me a lot of input. Look, it's making me realize what are all the silly things, minor things I've done in my book and how to make it better. So yeah, I'll be correcting all these mistakes. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, so first let's run this one, right? Less underscore one dot rb. So enter your age. So let me put it like 17, and it says you're minor. So let me run it like, let me put like 32. You're grown up. Okay, so what it does is, okay, so if the age is 17, okay, if the age is 17, age greater than or equal to 18 fails. So age is 17 is neither greater than 18 or nor it's equal to 18, so it fails. So it comes to this else part and it prints you're grown up. Okay, so sorry, it fails. Okay, since it fails, it's unless, right, not if. So it just comes over here and it prints your minor. So unless works only if condition fails. Okay, or if it doesn't fail, if it passes. Okay, so 32, the second example I've put 32, right? 32 is greater than 18, so it passes. So the unless block, whatever is inside this unless thing, doesn't get executed. So it comes to the else part and it prints you are grown up, right? So that's how it works. Okay. Right. Is there a thing called else unless? Let me look. There is a thing called what to say. Uh, okay. So is there a thing called else unless? Let me just try it. Okay. Uh, okay. Let me keep a new program. This is just a try. This is just a try. I'm not sure. Okay. And let me put it as unless 2 and s2.rb, right? Okay, and okay. Um, else unless no, no. Looks like else if is there. Else if is there. Okay, so but there is no thing called else unless. Otherwise, it would have turned blue. Okay, so if it's there, yeah, do comment say that there is something like that so that even I will learn, right? Okay. So the next thing we will look at is cases. Okay. So there is a lot of cases. Okay. So I'll be going into case when. Okay. How long it is. Okay. 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 Right. Okay. 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 Let me. Uh, Okay, okay, okay. So, I will go into this case when and other things. Okay, so let me see how long I can go in this video, right? Okay, so this is to spell a number, right? So this program is to spell a number, right? Say this. Let me save it. Okay, cool. So, right. So, okay, let me just execute this program, right? Ruby case when. Okay, I'm just entering a number. The number you entered is 3. Okay, yeah, I entered 3 and yeah, it says 3. Okay, good enough, right? So let's see how it works. Okay, so first you just print this. Okay, enter a number and 1 to 5 because you don't know what to say after 5 or whatever it is, right? And what you do is like a is equal to get s to y. So you prompt I put 3 and enter. So the 3 will come inside a string. It will get converted into integer because of this 2i, and it will get stored into this variable way a. Okay, so I've put this spell as string. Okay, string dot new. Okay, so yeah, and or I can even put something like an empty string like this one, right? Okay, so that's the thing. So anything is okay. So that's the thing, and so now I just put like case A. Okay, so when it is one, that is when A is one, the spell becomes one. Okay, similarly when A is two, spell becomes two, and if nothing is there, the spell is nil. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so and finally, what I'm doing is like, okay, the number you spelled is I've just put and I've just appended spell to it. If spell, that is, if only the spell is present. If the spell is nil, no, it won't put anything. So to demonstrate nil condition, so let me just put something like, okay, 7 or something like that. Nothing is there. So yeah, like it won't print anything. So this is how the case works. So you just put case some variable. This time it's a, and when a matches this one, okay, this thing gets executed and it just comes out. Okay, if it matches 2, then this gets executed. If nothing matches, it goes into this else. I don't think you need else all the time. It's kind of optional, right? So that's the thing, right? So So that's how the case works. Okay, now let's see how to use this case for, what to say, finding out odd or even numbers. Okay, so I have another program called case odd even. So, right, let me save this program. And once again, I'm telling you, like, if you're just looking at this video without looking at prior videos in this playlist, please type it on your own, right? If you're learning Ruby or if you're learning programming, please type it on your own, right? Don't, what to say, copy paste like I do. Look, I'm a Ruby professional. Okay, I've been doing Ruby for more than a decade, or around 15 years. Okay, so uh, my experience is different. I can afford to copy paste, but only if you type and do it, you'll do a lot of mistakes, and only if you do a lot of mistakes, you'll learn. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So, okay, so let's put this case order even and execute it and see. Okay, so case odd even, right? Okay, so 7 is odd. Okay, so I just put numbers 7 and 7 is odd. Okay, let me put it as 8. Okay, so 8 is even, right? Okay, so okay, so I've put like, okay, case, okay, there is a number, right? So I've put case number. So now I'm giving multiple conditions. So it'll match, okay, whether the number is 1 or 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, then it'll print the number is odd. Okay, or it'll match whether the number is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, print the number is even, right? So that's the thing. And further you can extend it. Okay, else you can just put, and we can just put, I don't know. Okay, so that you can do something like that also, right? So yeah, so let me just try it out. Okay, sort of even. Okay, it is out. Okay, let me put something like 81, right? It prints, I don't know. Okay, so cool, not a problem, right? So that's how it is. So yes, okay. So the case when can be used for checking class type. So if you put one dot class, it'll be integer, and if you put some string dot class, it'll be string and all those stuff. Okay, so I can do something like this. Okay, so right, so case when checking class type, right? Right. Program shouldn't be tightly packed like this. Okay. So, but yeah, anyway, like I'm learning a lot writing this book. So just copy this. I'm really lazy to type. Look, this just looks like an eyesore, right? So you just put something like this, it looks better, I think. Okay, so now you can follow it. Okay, so you can do like this, blah blah blah, 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 and all those things. This isn't TextMate, but of course, other editors will have a even better options or something. Right. So let me just execute it. Right. So okay, let me say how it works. Okay, so it just comes over here. A is zygo. That is, it's a string. Okay, so that's the thing. And I just put like case E, and I just put like string. Okay, so case has this type of matching. Okay, so right, and then it'll say like, okay, it's a string, or what to say, if I put A is fixed num is no more there. So like 3, if I just put uh It's a number, but still it works. Okay, fixed num is no more there in Ruby, I think. Okay, so I should put it as a integer. Okay, so but still, yeah, Ruby is somehow like Ruby 3 is backward compatible. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, this is a good lesson. I should change my book. Okay, so okay, this case when ranges. Okay, this we'll see when it's in ranges. Okay, and another one is regular expression. Okay. Um, this and all, like, yeah, like we'll see when it's in regular expressions, but yeah, like, let me just show it to you. Okay, so mm, regular expression is very, very good stuff in programming, and it reduces a lot of complexity of coding. So, like, but let me explain, like, when the time really comes, but I'm just showing it because it's in my book now. Right? Okay, so let me just save it. Okay. So, okay, like let me execute it. Okay, so let me execute it. The string contains Ruby. So this is the string. I love Ruby, right? Okay. Now let us toggle it, right? So let us make it like, okay, like I love Python. It is I love Python, right? Uh, okay, so now let's run it once again, right? Okay, right. It says the string does not contain Ruby. So this is actually called as a regular expression, right? So I'll also show it in IRB, right? Okay, so if I just put abc dot class called as a regular expression, right? So this checks whether this Ruby appears in the string. If yes, it goes to this part, else it goes to this part. So you also learn another thing. So else in case when, yeah. So I think, yeah, else we saw it in the spelling number itself, right? So case when dot rb, yeah, sure. So that's the thing. So if you don't understand regular expressions, don't worry, because you have a separate thing for regular expressions in my book and all those things. Okay. And yeah, if in case I've missed something, please do let me know in the comment, so that, like, what to say, I can rework on it, put a video and all those stuff, right? So that's the thing, right? So okay, so now order even, we just saw like a thing called order event, right? So okay, case odd event, right? So in this, we saw like, okay, like between 1 to 10, we need to put all those conditions and all those stuff. Okay, but frankly, what, like a number is odd if it's divisible by 2, or sorry, even when it's divisible by 2. It's odd when it's not divisible by 2. So we can modify this program and write something like this. This is actually called as Lambda. Don't worry if you don't know what Lambda is, right? And does my okay, okay. Okay, okay. So like, right. So does my book contain like about lambdas? Okay, let me just check. Yeah, there is a lambda and proc lambda and block. Yeah, sure, sure, sure. So my book contains about lambdas. Okay, fine. So let us put this case when case odd even lambda, right? And it is a very strange key combination in for for TextMate to put a new, what to say, tab in Mac. Okay, so it's annoying a bit. Okay, all right. Case odd even lambda. Okay, right. So there is a thing called lambda. Lambda is nothing but a function on the fly. Okay, so that's how it is. And so what you do is like, okay, so imagine like, okay, you just give it okay, there is num. Okay, this num gets passed over here, right? So the num is 76. So the num mod 2 should be 0. So then it'll say like the num is even. Okay, or it'll say the num is odd. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so this is something like a function, and this returns true. Okay, when it's divisible by 2. Okay, so let's execute it. Okay, is odd even lambda. So 76 even, let's put like 77 or something like that. Okay, so 77, right? Okay, 77 is odd, right? So that's how it is, right? Okay, another thing is to match case and classes. This I don't want to say it now. Possibly I will say it never, because like I will come to classes, and after you look into classes and come back, you will know, right? So that's the thing, right? Right. Right. So so that's it mostly about cases. So and there is a thing called tertiary operator. So in Ruby. So let's see about it. So I have a program, max of nums. Okay, so uh, okay, let me just put it right. So you have to, okay, let me just save it. Okay. I just want to finish this off, like this module off in this video. That is like conditions and all those stuff, right? So, okay, so let us run it. Okay, so max is equal to 5. So what it does is, okay, so A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 5. This is not a professional way to assign stuff, but okay, that's okay, right? So we are just learning Ruby, right? And now you have a thing called okay, so now you have a thing called A greater than B. Is 3 greater than 5? Okay. And this percentage and colon is not is called as tertiary operator. So you have a condition before that, and then what will happen if the condition pass? That appears between this question mark and colon. And what will happen if the condition fails appears after the colon, right? So that's the thing, right? So right, so it's 3 and 5. So A greater than B. Okay, that is like 3 greater than 5. No. So it now it goes over here, and B gets returned to max. Okay, so and max has been assigned to B. Okay, so and now you just print max is equal to max dot 2s. Okay, so max will be 5. Okay, so what if I make A is like 32, right? Okay, so let me just try it. Let me give a space so it looks good. Okay, so let me just try it. Okay, max is equal to 32, right? Okay, so what happens is, okay, yeah, 32 is greater than 5. Okay, so this part get executed. So the part between the question mark and colon gets returned, actually returned to max. Okay, and now the max becomes 32. So I just print max is equal to max. So this is called as tertiary operator, right? And assigning logic statements to variables. Okay, I don't know. Okay. Okay, so like, okay. So let me explain this too, right? Okay, so right. So So this what I'm just doing is like, okay, like you saw the spell numbers, right? Okay, the spell numbers you saw, like spell, okay, right? Case when I think, right? So you saw this, okay. This can be written something like this, okay. Look, after that I'll just come to this one, right? So, okay, okay, case when 2.rb, right? Okay, right, and so yeah, so like I'm just putting something like this. Okay, so now rather than putting spell is equal to string dot new and all those stuff, what I'm just doing is spell is equal to this thing, right? And I'm removing all these stuff. Okay, so spell is equal to 2, right? Spell equal to 3. Just see like how much small you can make this program. And spell equal to nil. Okay, so now how this will behave? This will behave exactly like the previous case one. Case one. Okay, so Ruby case underscore when underscore two. Okay, like let me put 4. Yeah, it's 4, right? So what really happens is, okay, let me just tell you. Okay, so when the case is 4, it goes over here, right? And it returns 4. So the 4 gets assigned over here. So this is very similar to the max of numbers. So some condition, okay, and it returns A or B, and max gets assigned to A or B, depending on whatever the conditions. Okay, so similarly, that happens in case when also. Okay, so similarly, now you will be able to understand this program, right? Okay, so okay, so similarly, you will be able to max of nums with it. Okay, so this I'm just doing. Okay, right. Okay, right. Okay, right. So what happens over here, right? So okay, let me just max is equal to 5. So what really happens over here is like you saw in this case when 2. Okay, so if A is greater than B, that is like if 3 is greater than 5, no, it's not greater. So it goes over here, else B. So 5 gets returned out. Okay, and this equal to operator assigns this B to max, and it just says max is equal to 5. So it kind of returns things out. So now over here you can do whatever you want, like A minus B and what to say, and over here A plus B, A plus B, and whatever it is. You can do a lot of operations, but whatever is at the last gets returned out. Okay. Even in functions, you'll see like whatever is at the last will get returned out. Okay. So I'll run it once again. Max is equal to 5, and let's put this as 32 and all those stuff. You can put whatever you want, whatever operations you want. Okay. But whatever is at the last gets returned out. Okay. So that's the thing, right? And okay, right. I didn't save this program, right? Right, okay. Max is equal to 32. So that's what I've said over here. In fact, I'm not reading what I've written. I'm so very lazy. And yeah, this spell case, yeah, that also I've done. Okay, yeah, fine. So yeah, this is the second video about conditions and all those things. And I think we have successfully covered it. I hope you enjoyed this video and you got some knowledge of Ruby. Next thing we'll do, next video will be about loops. So yeah, stay subscribed and or subscribe you if you haven't. And anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.